the fourth vulnerability is getting their hands on the mat. So this is going to be venturing into clamp guard, and then we're going to look at a variety of submissions that I can hit from here, and tonight we're going to look at the triangle. So let's just say it was no gi, and Carl's has rib cage control. What's my goal is I want to get his hands on the mat. So I'm going to swim my hands inside, and as I pull with my knees, Carl's hands are coming on the mat. This gives me the opportunity to move into clamp guard. All I'm going to do is I'm going to open my legs. There's three ways to do this, so I'll just show you the best way. I open my legs and I use the contact of my legs to shrimp out. So I'm on my hip and I have angular advantage. And now from here, my left knee is coming under Carl's right armpit, and my right knee is coming in front of his left shoulder. So now I have angle. Let's take that back a step again. So if he makes rib cage control, I'll swim my hands in. If I don't use the kazushi, the knee pull, as I pull, he's just going to posture again. He won't put his hands on the mat. You have to physically get his hands on the mat. So as I pull with my knees, now I need angular advantage. So, I mean, if you can't do that and turn your hip with the connection I have with my hamstring and his hips, you can't put a foot on his hip. But then I've opened my guard and Carl could possibly pass, or you can put your foot on the mat. But I still think the best way is when you pull, just to use your connection, your hamstrings on his hips. So from here, this left knee stops Carl from pulling out, right? Because it's connected to his armpit. But now he can put pressure on me and get his angle back. Take it back a step. You notice, see the way I'm on my right hip? Carl's goal is to walk me this way. No, other way. See the way now he's flattening me out again? You'll never hit any submissions from the bottom, as in triangle, arm bar, omoplata, chimera without angle. So his goal is to walk back to get it back. Just switch positions there. So anytime Carl swims in, he gets angular advantage. Just freestyle there, and he hasn't his knees in the right place. See the way he's on his right hip? I just have to walk this way, and I'm safe. So again, as regards to guard retention, that's something you want to be thinking about. If I can take away that angle that he's achieved, I can close down a lot of his attack game. But from here, I swim inside, I cut out, I find my angle. So my knee's coming underneath his armpit, and I don't want him putting pressure on me now. See the way he could flatten me out? Take it back. So I bring my knee on the inside. See the way I have that angle now? My foot's on his hip. If Carl tries to walk me back that way, I can physically keep my angle. If you're not too sure what that means, it means I can see into his right ear. Okay, I have angle from this position. So concepts of keeping this guard is, if Carl tries to put pressure on me, my knee in front of his shoulder is keeping him from driving forward into me. If he's trying to back out, my knee from underneath his armpit is pulling, and the detail on clamp guard, which is why it's called clamp guard, is I clamp my knees together. Let's look at the triangle from here. So I'm just going to bring my left leg in front, and it just goes in front of the shoulder from there. I can use that to free my leg. Now to hit the triangle, 6 things. I grab the back of his head, and when I come, my leg comes over the shoulder, I underhook the leg, and I get my back off the mat. Okay? I want my inside of my right knee below his left ear, and I've head control the whole time. From there, I get unified legs. My legs are pointing in the same direction. Okay? Now I want a head and an arm inside the triangle, not a shoulder. So I put the inside of my left knee against the shoulder, and then I find my shin. Now if you do this right, you can finish the triangle without even locking it. That's tight there. Okay, just let it off a little bit. I grab my shin, and then I lock the triangle. Okay. So again, when you hit the triangle, it's all about connections. Now everyone has different body sizes in here. So if you've got short legs, you'll struggle with the triangle, but you'll be very good at finishing the triangle. If you have long legs, you'll be great at triangles, but again, the opposite, you have to fill that space. We'll more focus on the entrance into clamp guard rather than just the triangle show. So let's just say Carl had that gi grip that he normally would make if I have lapels. Same stuff. I get the cross grip, okay? I lift my hip, bring this underneath, and I grab my wrist, and then when I pull this forward, and I pull, see when I'm looking behind me, I pull with my legs. Now I cut that angle, and I'm in the clamp guard again. So I've got a knee in front of his shoulder, and one behind his armpit. And now it's just all about pinching and maintaining this angle. And when you roll with this later on, you know, you'll lose this straight away. You know, Carl will be trying to walk back and do all this stuff. Another thing he can do, just drop down there, really good, bro. See the way, when I bring this across, Carl knows I want to bring my right leg over his left shoulder, and he's going to hang on to my knee here. Does that make sense? So I can't bring it through. Now, we can't grab fingers in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's illegal. Okay? But I can cup the knuckle line from there, and then I can just push that off. I learned that from Steven Seagal. Always gets a laugh. No Canadians in here. So when I bring this over, I'm into the triangle trap. So it's all about angle now. I have head control. My right hand comes underneath, okay? And I kick very much like that pendulum sweep. I'm kicking up and up to get my lower back off the mat. Now, I still want head control, that's the whole time. Now, when you finish the triangle, you need the back of your right knee below his ear, okay? Now, I don't want the shoulder inside. So all I do is I unify my legs so they're pointing in the same direction. Okay? From that position, then I bring the inside of my left knee over Carl's right shoulder. See the way now, there's a head and an arm, there's no shoulder. And now from that position, I'll grab my shin. And then I can physically put my shin around the back of my knee. I'll just loosen it a bit, bro. So there. So then my feet are L-shaped. And now from that position to finish, it's a leg press and a leg curl. So there. Okay. A bad triangle is a shoulder inside the triangle. That means anytime I try to put pressure on Carl, all the weight's going into his shoulder. It's not going into his neck, and as you can see, he's strong from there, and he can start to posture and open my guard. Whereas if I get perpendicular and I'm right on his head from here, do that same move, bro. Okay, so one more time on that. Let's get another angle. So the gi version, I get the cross grip, I come underneath, I pull, I look behind me, and that fourth vulnerability of getting his hands on the mat. Now I need angle, so I can move my hip, I smear it, and then in the clamp guard. I'm not going to hang around here, I need to maintain that angle. I'm on my right hip, so my left foot comes across. This goes in the inside of the shoulder. If he's hanging on to my knee, it's good jiu-jitsu. This is bad jiu-jitsu, you get disqualified for that. I can't do any of that. So I can find the knuckle line and I can just push that off. Now I'll bring my knee through. Now I'm into a threatened triangle. Okay? So I get the underhook to get perpendicular, I get my lower back off the mat, my knees below his ear, I lock my triangle. One more time on that. Noogie, hands here, I swim inside, I pull him down, I cut an angle, I get the clamp, and here. Okay, let's drop.